And here it is, the 1/1000 scale Space Battleship Yamato from the Space Battleship Yamato 2199 animated series. Put a lot of effort into making this kit, as you could see, to the point where I actually put in a lot of panel lining using my Gundam marker. I don't know if you guys can see that. Top part I didn't do, only in certain specific areas, like over here. As you can see this. We'll do a little close up here. As you can see, put a lot of work in there. Pay close attention to this part. This is the observation deck from the series, where, of course, if I'm not mistaken, episode 7, when the Yamato nearly leaves, our solar system, they had a line crossing ceremony, and everyone was here in this area celebrating, them leaving, Earth's sphere and heading on their way to Iskandar. For this, I decided not to paint it using black. Instead, I decided to use metallic blue, just to give it that little shine there. So it came out very nice, as you could see. And of course, I did it on both sides. More panel lining here, which came out alright. Everything came out alright. The red, actually, the panel lining came out pretty nice on the bottom, in the red, in the red area. I don't know if many of you guys remember this, but over here there's also another observation deck right there. And as you can zoom it in a little bit, and hopefully it zooms. There we go. I also painted that blue as well. If I would have known about the blue, how well it came out, I would have painted the clear parts. But what can you say? Everything came out alright. Very nice indeed. The fighter bay, which is here, which if I remove this, you'll see it, is really wedged in there. And to tell you the truth, I'm not in the mood to pull it out and put it on a little base here, so I'm gonna leave it the way it is. I kind of like how the base is, where you can actually display this properly, but you run the risk of it being tipped over, because it's easily tipped over, as you can see there. I could probably do is put some putty there, so it gives it a little bit of a grip, so it doesn't move out, in and out every time I have to move something around. I also glued here the two little Cosmo Zero fighters, which at first I thought maybe I'd put them in there, but then I said, nah, let me put it over here for a second. So let me give you a size comparison with another kit that I have, that I've had for a very, very long time. I don't know if I may have to move the camera back, but I'll move this here. This is the 1/700 scale Andromeda class flagship from what I would consider the second series, or the second season of the series, which covers the Comet Empire. And as you can see, it's fairly large, but the scale is not to scale. That's why it's a 1/700 scale. The other 1/700 scale kit that I had would fit perfectly for this, so it will probably be around the same length as you see here. This is a fairly old kit. I wouldn't mind to see if Bandai decides to release this as a 1/1000 scale version. Another kit that I want to show off, which came with the Yamato, was the triple deck aircraft carrier. This is not a new kit. This is actually the original triple deck aircraft carrier from the smaller kit series that we all remembered back in the day. This is the Violet version of it. I know that the Cosmo Fleet has another ship like this, but in a different color. I'll definitely build all 3 of them. Well, all 2 of them, but I don't have the 3rd one yet because I don't have the Gamalius fleets yet. But this is not, again, this is not 1/1000 scale. Actually, to tell you the truth, I don't know what scale this is per se. But it would be nice if we, if they made a 1/1000 version of this, and of course a little bit more, modified. The funny thing is, of course, you really don't need aircraft carriers in space. A ship can be a carrier and just has a small little bay. You don't need a flight deck. But back then, that's what they were thinking. That, you need a flight deck. Okay, fine, you need a flight deck. Yamato doesn't need a flight deck, but, you can see it for itself. The last gimmick that I wanted to show, and this one I gotta flip it around. This is one of the side pieces that you can remove, which I'm gonna do right now, and replace it with this. All you need to do is put it here. It'll go in nice and smooth. And this is for, whoops. There we go. This is for this. The action base stand. So it will put it right there in that little hole. So it shows that it's in space. It's flying. It's in midair. Of course, for everyone who remember from the series, there's that episode where Yamato was upside down and the enemy forces thought it was a submarine, so you could do it this way, defying the laws of gravity. So now Yamato is a submarine. Haha, very funny. But I kind of like this gimmick. It's pretty nice. I really think it's a cool idea for them to introduce this type of feature. I'm glad that they they decided not to put down the, the stupid wings. I'm not a big fan of the wings. But I can understand their point of view for this, if that's what they like. But my final review is this. It is one of the most unique ships I have ever built at this scale. They've really gotten down the detail of this kit very well. I mean, so minute detail, especially when I was panel lining it. It's a sight to behold. I kind of feel like it needed more stuff, but you know what? Based on this scale, that's the best they can do. But they really put in a tremendous amount of effort for this. For any Yamato fans out there, hell, even Gundam fans, buy this kit. This is a really nice kit to have. You don't really need that little stand there. As a matter of fact, I may leave this on the action base stand for quite some time until I find a place for it. It's definitely one of my favorite ships. Now, I have some pointers and some insights on this that maybe you guys would like to work with. If you guys plan to buy this, and you may want to modify it. Now, I couldn't do it on this kit, and I wasn't going to plan to do it. But there's an amazing amount of spacing here. There's a cavity in here where you can put in a battery, some wiring, and a light. Because there's a clear part there, right in there. And if you could figure it out to set it up in a way where you can actually put a switch around here, you can actually turn this one on as a little LED light. Bandai, I don't know if it was Bandai's desire to do something like that, but it's an interesting idea and concept. So I'm giving you guys some ideas if you guys plan to do this and you have been working with LEDs for quite some time. I know there's a few of you guys out there who does that. So I would love to see someone building this kit, painting it of course, but putting an LED light in there. Hell, put an LED light in the thrusters as well. Other than that, it's still a very nice kit. I'm not going to paint it. I'm sorry. I'm going to leave it the way it is. I would like to see someone painting it. I hope you guys do a good job. And that's pretty much it. Bandai has done a great job on this ship. I can't wait to build the other ships. But for now, this has been a joy. So I'd like to thank everyone who has been watching this. I'm sorry that this took a little longer than expected. I got sick a few weeks ago, so now that I'm a bit better now, I'm now going to be focusing on other kits. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for more Bandai models coming soon. You take care.